If you have rock chips or small scratches on your car, it's actually really easy to fix it in your own driveway. You just have to do it properly. Stick around, watch till the end. I'm going to show you how to save hundreds of dollars.
These are the tools that I will be using for our detail job. We want some sandpaper to physically remove the rust. Then we want some iron remover to chemically remove any remaining small particles of rust. Then we will soak down the area with ONR to neutralize everything and get it clean again. Dry it down with a microfiber towel. And then we'll apply our paint touch-up. This is official Mazda black paint from the dealership. And then I also was able, at my local hardware store, I found a clear coat pen, which is an additional layer of protection over top your paint. So if we can apply these really nice and smoothly, hopefully it'll look very similar to the factory paint that was on there. To help us apply it, we're going to be using Q-tips or a wooden toothpick in order to sort of paint the area very finely, getting into the details. Apply a large amount of this paint pen in one area, and then you can smooth it out with the Q-tip and really make it look better than just globbing it on there with an awkward pen. So we're going to shake these up really well, shake it up for 5 minutes in your hand, warm it up in between your palms, make sure that paint is flowing. You only get one chance to apply it. So this is what you need in order to get rid of paint chips in the best way possible. We're going to use our sandpaper and wrap it around a pencil tip or another one of these Q-tips in order to get a finer point. We can get into that small little rust chip and work our way around there, clearing off the metal.
To begin with, let's clean off the area and then use a little bit of painter's tape to protect any sensitive bits. I don't want to scratch my rear taillight, so we'll tape that up. Next, I'm going to take my sandpaper and wrap it around either a screwdriver or a Q-tip handle. This will give us a pointed edge and it will allow us more control. You're going to go in there and just get rid of any visible rust specks. If you have rock chips on your hood or side panels and you're showing bare metal, sometimes it can get a small layer of rust over top. I've left this rock chip for a few months now. It's been raining a lot, so there is a little bit of orange rust there. I'm going to sand it away, and then I'm going to use some type of iron remover chemical spray. You can see me here spraying it and then rubbing it in with my Q-tip, getting it all around there. We're removing the large physical debris with our sandpaper and the small debris with our chemical treatment. Then you can go and rinse off the area. I'm also going to use a little bit of all-purpose cleaner or Optimum No Rinse in a spray bottle to make sure that area is clean, and then just dry it off with a microfiber or some sort of air system. Once that's dry, you can see here bare metal. It looks silver or gray. We're going to take our paint pen, shake it up, prime it, and then go to work. You need to press down the tip onto the metal, and then it will start to flow. You can't just start writing like a pen. You actually have to inject it, squeeze the tube a little bit, press it down onto the metal, and you'll see globs of paint start to come out. This was my first time using a paint pen, so I didn't know what to expect in terms of how to apply it. I hoped it would be easy, but here you can see it's not too difficult to get it in there. You just need to control the amount of paint that you're putting down. If you squeeze too hard, you could end up spraying the paint out of the tip of the pen. And this stuff was a lot more liquidy than I thought it would be. I was expecting thicker, paint-like substance. This was more watery. I'm going to apply a nice, heavy layer there without making it drip down onto the other paint. But if it does, that's okay. We can clean it up as we go. Just don't allow it to dry there. But the main rock chip is now covered in this paint. I'm going to try and paint in this edges, smooth it out with the Q-tip. Unfortunately, the Q-tips that I was using were losing a lot of their fibers and hairs into the paint, and it started to look a little bit rough. If I could do this over again, I would probably use a better Q-tip, or I might not even use Q-tips at all. So I let the paint set for about an hour, and I applied a second coat. Then I also have some after clips here. The next morning I went back and I checked our work. Unfortunately, it seems to have dried with a little bit of a texture to it. It's not totally smooth. I think that's my fault. The Q-tips that I was using left behind some sort of hairs, and I had to try and work that out. So in the future, obviously, I would, try and practice more, try and get it right. But hopefully you can take what I've shown you and try it out on your own car. I went around to my hood area and my side skirts and any other large rock chips that are really noticeable. I did the same process on them. Go around, clean the area, sand it down, chemically treat it, dry it off, use your paint pen, and wait and see what great results you guys can get. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll be back with more every Tuesday and Friday here on Champion Auto Spa.